Hello everybody, Ministrom here. Welcome back to Workers' Resources, Soviet Republic. In the last episode, we started shifting some of our transport from exports, mainly our mechanical components and electronic components, from the scrapping facility to bring them over here to this warehouse so that we can use them to make some electronics, and to move our plastics, the small amount of plastics that we're making, over here as well so that we can start making some electronics out of it. So that's good. Also, construction of this whole area is continuing. And we're processing more broken vehicles. So I think I want to do a quick check. Everybody should be fine in terms of chemicals. That vehicle's already broken down. Actually, we're going to go ahead and say wait till unloaded as well, so it stops driving back and forth. That means we've got that filled up, so that means we're not going to be spending any money to fill that up anymore. Which is good. Okay, the bus stop got built. We just need the rest of this road to get built. And I need a couple of buses. You also need to go get recycled. Alright, so I'm gonna buy a couple of cheap buses. We're gonna go with these guys. Helicopters are delivering materials. So make sure the construction offices are properly assigned. We have any vehicles? We have a bus on the way with 22 workers. hopefully that'll finish it. Little hand rollers. All right, road's done. Excellent. All right, that's good. All right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go here and there. Line spacing is enabled. And we need to make sure that this is accepting workers. You can take 150 workers? Okay. Apparently. Where are they going? Oh, they're going here to work at the oil refinery. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say everybody that goes there works at the electronics assembly hall. All right, so we're producing our first electronics. Oh, and I was not paying attention. Cycle these. All right. this is not going to be anywhere near enough production to get that running and keep it running. Okay, so we're going to need mechanical components. We have plastics. Alright, let's get a small vehicle. Like a little bit more than that. Two and a half tons. 3.1 tons. That's slower. You know, we'll go with a couple of those. Let's go with a couple of those. We're gonna hold off on the plastics for a minute. Because we are actually making plastics. Except you're not producing anything because you don't have any crops. Okay. And there's a ways to go before the crops are ready. And we have a bus that's broken down. Okay. I'm gonna pull you off of that line. There's two other buses on that line. Okay. So in this case, we're going to need to import. Alright. And you're going to import mechanical components, and you're going to take it there. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we go to all of our lines. We're going to look for everything that transports... anything that transports electronics. Okay, you're transporting from the warehouse to the shopping center. Okay, that's fine. This is transporting from that warehouse to that shopping center. Okay, that one's fine. So this is transporting from imports to there. Alright, so your job is you're no longer going to get it from there. Instead, you're going to get it from there. You're going to load electronics. Done. That's a large custom house. Get rid of that. Okay. Load. Now we're going to go short a little bit. Alright, so we should not be importing... Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, we get rid of that. Okay. So, we should no longer... Yep, should no longer be importing... Yep, anything there in terms of electronics. We're going to leave that alone for a minute. Yeah, I'm not going to put any of the trains in for repairs right now. First thing that I want to do is make sure that we can keep up with demand before I try to export anything. Okay, you got the electronic components, you're delivering them. You've got the mechanical components, you're delivering those. You've got some salvage materials. All right, very good. Because even with the imports, it in theory should cut the amount of money we're spending on imports on electronics down to like a fifth, I think. Or a quarter at least. Now, we might see a spike in expenses initially to fill up the warehouse. Alright, well, it looks like we're actually processing it faster than we can deliver it. Okay, so we might need a bigger truck. That's the salvaged material. Alright, let's see. What if I put a second truck? That's not an issue. Alright, good. Yeah, let's put a second truck on there. Alright, and we also are starting to export a lot more boards. We're not actually exporting any logs just yet, because I think we're still trying to fill this thing up. Yeah, we're still trying to fill that thing up. How are we looking as far as boards? We're okay for the moment. Alright, let's get these guys processed. Alright, the school's finally under construction. Electricity problem? It's still over there because we still haven't actually built this. Yeah, we'll get there. Okay. You're working. That vehicle needs some work. There's the electronic components. I think we just ran out. All right, well, it's working. Yeah, we might have to start doing plastics here soon. Yeah, but we're just gonna keep. Yeah, we just ran out of plastics. All right, well, we're gonna have to keep an eye on it. Probably gonna have to set up a plastics import. Building is on fire. Still processing. Yep. And we're mostly out of vehicles to be processed. So, though we do have some vehicles that we could probably deal with. Alright, we were 131,000 in the positive last month. We'll see how we end up this month. Because we ultimately need these being built and make sure that we get maximum workers and that we are feeding this thing as fast as we can and then export our excess. Alright, we'll go ahead and stop here. Things are starting to run. So that's good. Over now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.